What is a woman?
I,
What is a woman is the question.
I'm not sure I understand the question.
A long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away.
Hey guys, so yesterday apparently, or the last 2 days, it's been all over the Hollywood trades, from the Hollywood Reporter to Deadline, that Stephen Knight has been chosen by Denis Villeneuve to write the screenplay for the latest James Bond iteration. And this is, in my opinion, proof that the Ray movie has never even been really seriously considered by even the people that were talking about it. And with the revelations from Rian Johnson last week that his trilogy was the first thing he went in to pitch, and instead he got The Last Jedi. Thanks, Kathy, by the way, for that. What is here that isn't true, right? We thought when it was announced that he was getting a trilogy that it was so good, The Last Jedi, that they're going to give him his own thing. It turns out it was his idea to begin with. And it was used as a marketing tool to get people to go to see The Last Trainwreck, which it was. And so you're looking at this Ray movie going, what else isn't true? What else is bullshit here? And this is almost like, in my opinion, like one of those tinfoil hat conspiracy theories that you've got, floating around the internet that suddenly you start to see patterns emerge that actually might make it true. But let's talk more.
In keeping with the trusty adage, starve a cold, disgust a fever. Dad, when are you going to stop blighting the environment with this atrocity? My God, can't you see that it wants to die? Let it go.
But I've got news for you. Copernicus called, and you are not the center of the universe.
So, Kathleen Kennedy is known for destroying Star Wars, Indiana Jones, and Willow. We know the story. I don't have to go over it. She's known for hiring people who weren't appropriate to be part of Star Wars, casting choices that were hideous. Alden Ehrenreich, Phoebe Waller-Bridge, you name it. And it's really weird, this mythology that has come up around her. She's the first head of a major female head of a major motion picture studio. No, she's not. She's not even close. She's not even comparatively close. And the whole mythology that she's built up, that I think that she believes, is utterly, in my opinion, obnoxious. Because it's so wrong. It is absolutely beyond my comprehension that she would get away with this, but here we are. So let's go through and then let's talk about what we're talking about. This is Alice Guy Blaché, and she was a French woman who was involved in film. She came to America with her husband. They opened up a studio in Fort Lee, New Jersey. Fort Lee was the first Hollywood. Then he went to California. They got divorced. She went to California and took over running the studio when he died. And she's really a name that people have forgotten over the years. But she is one of the very first, if not the first, women who ran the movies. Now here's Sherry Lansing. She took over for Brandon Tartikoff and running Paramount Motion Pictures. And she was there, I believe, when Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade was filmed, and other fantastic movies. I mean, when you look at the movies that she was part of, it is unbelievable. Then, of course, we have... Now, here's Dawn Steele. She was the first woman to head a major motion picture company at Columbia Studios. Extremely powerful in her own right. She had a lot of really great projects under her name while she was there. And her career, just like Sherry Lansing's career, coincided quite a bit with Kathleen Kennedy's. And you would think that that Kennedy would remember these women, but apparently she didn't. You know, and then let's talk about the First Lady of Sci-Fi, Lucille Ball. When Lucy divorced Desi Arnaz, she got Desilu Studios, which is Desi Lucy Studios, in the divorce settlement, and she ran it. And under her leadership, we got Star Trek, Mission Impossible, and other great TV shows, right? Lucy, I think, in my opinion, is the ultimate Hollywood female executive performer, because she was in front of a camera and she understood behind the scenes. She understood how to get things done. And she understood what her role was as a leader. And she was very, very good at what she did. And again, Kathleen Kennedy forgets Lucille Ball, period. So how does this all connect with the Ray movie not happening? Well, conspiracy theorists have made up a lot of stories. And when the Rian Johnson admittance that he never had a trilogy to begin with kind of started making me think, what else don't we know? What else hasn't been told? Haven't we been told? What else have we been able to surmise through Sparrow, through Matt Bellany, and just through thinking hard and looking at what is out there in the public? Because this is where stories get blown wide open. Now, Kathleen Kennedy apparently is leaving sometime this year, within the next, 4 months between now and December, right? And we're in the fourth quarter now. This is literally the first day of Disney's fourth quarter. So what haven't we been told? Now, we've had smatterings of who's going to take over for her when she leaves. And those are all kinds of crazy things going on. But we're not getting the full story. And I have a feeling that we're going to get the full story of the Ray movie. And the full story of the success, everything going on, as it's announced she's leaving. And I have a feeling when it happens, Matt Bellany is going to have a lot to say. THR is going to have a lot to say. A lot is going on. And the reason being is you can't keep this stuff down. And the people who have been vilified by the black pills and the blue pills are going to look like we weren't conspiracy theorists. We were telling you pretty much what was happening just by how you look at the subtext, right? The moment they announced the Ray movie, and later Daisy Ridley says she was ambushed literally that day at lunch about doing a Ray movie by Kennedy. It seemed to me that when the moment they announced it, and then later we find this out, that there wasn't a Ray movie until Kennedy told Ridley, that was enough for me to go, there is no Ray movie. And they kept losing writers, directors, everything, right? Now they've lost Stephen Knight for sure because he's happily ensconced writing 007, James Bond. And so when I hear about people constantly talking about the Ray movie, this, the Ray movie, that, there isn't a Ray movie. Okay, there is none, right? And yes, if you think I'm wearing a tinfoil hat, or I'm LARPing, that's good. That's fine for you. I'm not looking for a conspiracy theory. What I'm looking at is patterns, right? Kennedy tried and bullied Disney to get the Acolyte done, but she also lost 4 seasons of Andor. And when you look at Andor closely, when I start looking at the notes that they wrote about it, there was some funky editing going on in like the last 3 episodes. Funky editing. And I want people, if you want to wade back into that morass of bullshit, go back and watch and tell me what you think, right? They took away her hotel. They canceled Willow and removed it from Disney Plus. So what do we have going on here? We don't have a Rey movie. We never will have a Rey movie. Is Kennedy leaving? Well, if I looked at Gary Beekler, Nerdrotic, or Ryan Cannell, no, of course not. Why? Because they need her to stay because they need the money. That's how they make money. If I listen to everyone from Molly Damon, etc., they don't want her to leave because she's their political hero, right? She's their woke wanker in power. But you look at the patterns. Matt Bellamy's jaw-dropping announcement in February. His scathing reply to her incoherent babble to Deadline. And you go on and on and on and on. There is no Rey movie. Is Kennedy leaving? Yes. She said she had a succession in place. Now that, I think she doesn't have a choice in. Because if I was Bob Iger, I'd be like, no, you're not. Kathy, you don't get to choose who replaces you, okay? You don't, okay? We're going to do that ourselves. We're talking to George about this. And why wouldn't they talk to George about this? Right? It has to be someone who looks at what he did and wants to run and continue the story. Not reboot it, not rehash it like they did. Badly, I might add. But what else aren't they telling us? What else haven't they announced? What else is going to come out in the Rian Johnson sort of, oh yeah, well, I really didn't have a trilogy. We kind of talked about it. What else? I guarantee you, when this comes out, the people who've been vilified by the black pills and the blue pills are going to look really great. And the black pills are going to be running over themselves to rationalize and kind of remake themselves. So all you got to do is ask, what haven't we been told? Stephen Knight left Star Wars. He is now writing a script for Denis Villeneuve. And there's the second thing going on. There is no Rey movie. Move on from that. This is Steph signing out. I'll see you around the galaxy.